So here's one of the more ridiculous crybaby fests I've heard in a while, about a young gal that completely ruined her relationship with a good guy and now is crying a river because he has handled things accordingly. Title: I cheated on my boyfriend and then he broke up with me and got with someone else. What do I do? So you can't make this up. She says, I'm writing here today because I'm feeling lost, heartbroken, and in need of some advice. I just need someone to talk to who can understand what I'm going through. So here's the deal. I've been with my incredible boyfriend, a 21-year-old male, for a little over a year now. Our relationship was truly something special. It was something special. Why were you effing some other dude? We decided to wait to have sex, wanting to make it a meaningful and memorable experience. You mean you decided to wait to have sex to make it a memorable, meaningful experience? Rules for betas and you break rules for alphas. He was always so patient and respectful of my choice, which meant the world to me. In other words, he was a nice guy. And watch what happens to nice guys. However, I messed up big time. About a month ago, I made the terrible decision to cheat on him. I know, I'm disgusted with myself. It lasted for about a week, and during that time, I felt a whirlwind of emotions. When I finally came clean and told him the truth, he understandably broke up with me. You're darn right he should. And notice she said this went on for a week, and just suddenly she had her whirlwind of emotions. Translation: the guy that she cheated on with this guy with and didn't want her. Probably after banging her a few times, he's like, all right, get the fuck out of here. And she was crying, and now she's trying to get the guy back. I was devastated, realizing what a huge mistake I had made. During our time apart, I realized just how much I loved him. No, you didn't. You never loved the guy because you wouldn't do that to the guy you loved. Not to mention the fact that you would have slept with him a lot longer instead of making him wait a year. The guy you cheated with didn't want you. I wanted nothing more than to make things right and rebuild what we had lost. The pain of losing him was a constant reminder of my terrible actions. Drama queen, drama queen, drama queen. As fate would have it, we eventually found our way back to each other. Smack! The hell's that guy thinking? And here's where things got complicated. When we talked about our time apart, he admitted that he had lost his virginity to another woman shortly after a breakup. Hey, she'd been keeping him waiting for a year and she cheated on him. That was his reward for waiting a freaking year to get cheated on. So he's getting some ass someplace else. Good for him. Clearly he can. I was crushed to say the least. Oh, boo-hoo, asshole. The idea of him being with someone else physically tore me apart. Well, how do you think he felt when you were cheating on him? Although I'm not a virgin and had sex before dating him, I think your first time should be with someone special and with someone you truly love. He wanted it to be with you because he thought you were special and that you loved him. Clearly he was wrong. I mustered the courage to ask him why he slept with someone else, and he explained he hadn't been heartbroken as I was and didn't know how else to cope. She's got no fucking right to grill him about anything he was doing. I broke down in tears, unable to shake the feeling that something so special had been taken from me. Taken from you? You're the one that ruined the whole thing, you idiot. Somewhere the world's smallest violin is playing for her. We're back together now, and he's forgiven me for my mistake. No, he hasn't. I think he just wants to bang you. He's like, you know what? I put in the time. I'm gonna tap this ass. Then I'll kick her to the curb. But the hurt lingers on. I'm struggling to move forward, torn between wanting to make our relationship work and grappling with the idea that he lost his virginity to someone else during our time apart. Again, because of your actions, bonehead. I know I messed up and I don't deserve his forgiveness, but I can't help but feel sad about the situation. I want to be the one he shares an intimate moment with because I loved him deeply, and now that's gone. I'm going to barf soon. You're just going to see projectile vomiting of me barfing on the fucking screen here of this chick. You're the one that screwed up your relationship. Stop boo-hooing. Nobody feels bad for you. And let me tell you, nobody feels bad for her in the comment section. If anyone out there has been through something similar or can offer some words of advice, I could really use your perspective. How do I come to terms with my own mistake and the aftermath of what happened during our break? I don't know, to have some accountability, learn from it. Is it possible to move past this and rebuild what we had? Thanks for reading and for any insights you might have. Please, if you're going to be unkind, I've already beaten myself up over this enough. I just need some guidance on how to heal and move forward. Well, I guess a lot of people didn't read that disclaimer because the whole comment section is giving her shit. So now here's the fun part. Now the comments. One guy says, he's quoting her. I just want to make sure I understand. Oh, he says, I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. I broke down in tears, unable to shake the feeling that someone special had been taken from me. This speaks volumes about you. Nothing was taken from you. It was carelessly discarded by you. It's like a 3-year-old kid who doesn't care about a toy until someone else starts playing with it. Right. The worst is going to be when you start punishing him for what he did to you. Maybe you can see a therapist and help yourself before you reach that point, but that's where you're headed. As for him, he might also want to consider getting some therapy, as he's made a number of very poor decisions as well. Yeah, the biggest decision, bad decision, is getting back with her. Unless he's just doing it to get back with her so he can bang her a few times, get some apology sex from her, and then just toss her to the road where she belongs. Another one. This guy says, there's no kind way to respond to this mess that you created. You decided to cheat on him. You actively chose to throw away anything special you had. You hurt your partner in the most devastating way. And yet all you do is think about yourself. Have you ever tried imagining how disappointed and heartbroken your boyfriend must have felt? After he broke up with you, which is totally understandable, he had every right to do whatever he could do to feel better, and yet you accuse him that he took something special from you. That's the most selfish, entitled, and narcissistic attitude I've ever heard of. Yeah, exactly. The fact that he let you back in his life is a miracle. You should feel lucky, grateful, and blessed. Now move on, heal, accept, and learn from your mistake. Well, I wouldn't hold your breath. And one more. This guy says, you fucked up and cheated on him. You can't feel like you have lost something as you caused that with your own actions. He understandably broke up with you, and what happened during your time apart has no relevance. She cheated, he dumped her, he could do whatever he wanted. If he wanted to bang her sister, he can do that. To him, you were over. He saved himself and was patiently waiting for you and got with someone else, and I'm sure mentally that ruined him. He had every right to sleep with someone else during that time that you weren't together, and you can't feel like you lost something. If you can get over the fact you actually cheated during the relationship, you can get over the fact that he slept with someone when you weren't together. I've been cheated on and have zero sympathy for anyone that cheats. He did nothing wrong. You ruined it by cheating, so he got his back after he waited so patiently for you. Whether you're his first or 100th, that makes no difference to the type of person he is during a relationship. From what you're saying, he was great and didn't deserve to be cheated on. He is not the wrong. You are. Amen. And like I said, guys, and if you want to look it up, you can go read the comments for your own amusement. Everybody's giving her shit. And she deserves it. But who knows what his motives are. But I really hope this guy, before he gets attached again, breaks up with her. Because, yeah, she's going to probably punish him for sleeping with somebody else after he broke up with her for cheating on him. Or is going to blame her cheating on him on something that he did or didn't do or something like that. But there are people that are like this out there. So you got to be careful and do your screening before you start falling in love with them. Anyhow, this stuff never ceases to amaze me.